Hey guys, it is Monday here in West Virginia, so it's time for us to do our Mopar Monday. And we are going to take a look at chargers from two different companies, Autoworld and Greenlight, and compare them. These are obviously not them in front of us. I just kind of put that out there for a starter. Our second and third gen chargers. The ones we're dealing with today are much newer than that. Probably the latest generation of Mopar chargers. Yeah, we'll just put him over to the side. So what we're looking at today is the, well, I don't know when they started this generation, obviously. But it's 2017 from Greenlight and 2021 from Autoworld. Relatively, they look similar. The 17 is not a wide body. The 21 is a wide body. So the wheel openings and such are a little bit different. But anyways, we just unboxed him the other week. The 2017 Daytona 392 Hemi charger. Then this guy, we didn't look at too long ago either. This is the 2021 Dodge Charger from Autoworld. This one we haven't looked at for a while. This is the first one that we unboxed. Oh, actually, no, I think this is the newer one because it has the tan interior. The one that I've had has all black top on it. I think that's right. I think. So, but anyways, it's the exact same car, except it has a tan interior instead of a black interior, and it's all white instead of having the matte black hood, roof, and deck light. So anyways, that was the first one that I could grab, so that's what we're using. So, looking at them next to each other, or in front of each other, they relatively look good together, and such, and if we do match them up for, like, scale comparison, they look to be the same width, I mean the same length, and also the same width. If anything, the Autoworld's probably a hair bit wider. Let me try the back and see what we got back here. Yeah, the Autoworld is slightly wider, but as I mentioned, this is a wide body, so that could be why. But it's really not anything major on the wide body except for some bolt-on flares. There's no, like, bowed-out fenders or quarter panels. They didn't expand them any. They just added these, like, 2 or 3 inch flares on the wheel openings. So the overall body, though, is what I'm looking at. It looks like Autoworld's a hair bit wider. And the length, though, is pretty much spot on. And then, like, the overall height is pretty much the same. The Daytona for Greenlight is a little bit higher. Trying to lower it down where you guys can get a bird's eye perspective on it too. But yeah, just slightly. Now the roof itself, like the side glass on the Greenlight, is a little bigger than the Greenlight, or than the Autoworld. Not much though. So looking at it, the B-pillar on the Autoworld is part of the casting. On the Greenlight, it's not. It's part of the window. Now, looking at the car's overall stance and, like, wheel size and such, they both look pretty good, but in my opinion, the Greenlight is a little bit big. I think it's just because the car sets too high with those wheels, in my opinion, is what makes them look too big for the car, maybe. And the width, as I mentioned when we unboxed this, the width is a little, maybe not so bad on this. I think the car maybe could have been a tad bit wider. And then the wheels and tires on the Autoworld, they're not 100% correct either. The back wheels are supposed to be a little bit wider than the front wheels. I think the back on the wide body is like 20 by 11 and 20 by 9 in the front. But overall, I mean, it's not bad. I mean, it's as good as you're going to get probably for 1/64th. So, anyways, these wheels and tires, though, however, are supposed to also be 20-inch diameter on the Daytona. Like when I looked it up on Google, I just wanted to be sure on my statistics before I go quoting numbers I don't know. But yeah, these are supposed to be 20-inch wheels too. Now this is something I wasn't going to do, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to go grab a Challenger. And the Challenger, I think, is also riding on 20-inch wheels. So, looking at it with the Charger, wheel diameter looks pretty similar. The Challenger's got much bigger sidewalls on the tire than the Charger. But anyways, the castings overall, they're both nice. They both have side mirrors casted in. Front end detail is really nice on the Autoworld. Trying to get a little bit more of a look. As you can see, everything's textured down here. Like you have your horizontal and vertical bars for the grille and the front bumper. And the headlights are decals. And you have your marker lights there detailed. And on the back side, it's also a tampo. And the cutouts for the exhaust. Now, looking at the, and I did point out the side mirrors are casted in. The only thing I think that Autoworld has over on Greenlight with the body detail is the B-pillar. Although the V-pillar being part of the windows, it really doesn't look that bad. I mean, it's really not that noticeable either, because they did a fine job on like all the other trim around the windows, so it doesn't look that bad. It doesn't look off or anything like that. So now looking at the front of the Greenlight, as I mentioned before, it didn't have any detail down here for the vertical, horizontal bars, honeycomb look, whatever you want to call for the grill. Now, this grill on the 17 looks more of like a honeycomb type grill, and it is detailed and such there, so it's pretty nicely done. Headlight tampos on the Greenlight, I think, are better than the headlight tampos on the Autoworld. The Autoworlds are lacking some detail, and they've had an issue in the past with some of their headlights not being detailed enough. Once again, casted in mirrors, and then flipping it around to the back side. Now, this is, I believe, a separate piece. I think it is red acrylic insert on the Greenlight. So, that is one step above the Autoworld. Taillights are a little bit better looking. Although the painted doesn't look bad, but the red acrylic does look pretty cool. And looking at the rear bumper cover, they're both detailed and such. The Greenlight's not as aggressive with like the vents and such things like that because it's not a wide body, but it does have them back there slightly. Or they could just be the difference between the 17 and 21. Not sure. Now, looking at the front air dam area, the 17 has some like fog lights in there, whereas the 21 didn't, and such. And the 17 has a more aggressive like chin spoiler, and they highlighted it. They left that shipping material on it, and I know a lot of people do that, but I guess what I've heard, that's not supposed to stay on there. That's something that was put on there for delivery purposes, so nothing was damaged. But anyways, yeah, the only, like, downside of the Greenlight that I will point out maybe is the wheel and tires. They're a little bit big for the car, in my opinion, but Still doesn't look bad. I'm going to have to say I like both castings, honestly. I like the wide body look a little bit more than just your standard Charger. But I do like the standard Charger too. So I favor the Autoworld because it's the wide body with the flared wheel openings, and they're really perfectly radiused and such. So I like the Autoworld because of that, not because the casting is better. They're both really nice. So honestly, they both have their pros and cons. I would have to say I would get both of them, and I'm going to continue to buy both of them. Because Autoworld's only offering us the 21 and newer style. Greenlight only offers us like 17 through 19 style. So there are slight differences. So really it's hard to compare because they're not identical model years. But with both of them combined, we get to have the 2017 all the way to the 2021 Charger in our collection in 1/64th. It's just that we have to get them through 2 different companies. So they're both nice, guys. As I said, the only thing I have to say with the Greenlight, the wheel and tire combo, a little bit big, but still is not, it doesn't look bad. It's a tastefully done and such, so it doesn't look really out of place that much. So that's the only downside, guys. So I hope this helped you. And as I said, I don't really like discriminate against any of them. I'm going to buy both of them and continue to buy both of them. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll be back probably in midweek to do another video before our Free It Friday. We'll see how things go. If you don't hear from us, though, in the week, we will definitely be back for Free It Friday. So thanks for watching, guys, and enjoy the start to your new week.